Hi everyone, can you hear me? Welcome. I'm so sorry, this is such a last minute video. I wasn't sure if we're going to have visitors still, so I decided as soon as I could I'd get on and do a live because I've missed you guys. It's been such a long time. I've been very busy. I'm sure you guys have too. Wow, so nice to see you all here. Welcome. Cool. Now, I've got an interactive card to share with you today. So heaps to do, so I really have to get started making. I have I don't make interactive cards very often. Do you guys? Are you interactive? I love them though. For some reason I don't make them very often. But I've got a really fun set here. Did anyone see that the Summer of Stamping has started at Alan Hudson? And that's why I thought I'd play with this set, because what I love about this is Alan does collabs with other stamp companies, and this is one that she did with Avery Allen. It's one of their Peekaboo Pals set, which is always really fun. Cool. So any questions? I'll try and keep an eye on the feed, but just if I miss a question and you want to know, either just retype it in, I might catch it on the second round. Otherwise, put it in the comments below and I can answer you there. I have linked a few things also in the comments below, so head down there and you might be able to find some answers there. It's so good to see you all here. Has everyone been crafting? I've only just started crafting again, seriously. I've only just started. I did a little bit of a clean of my craft room as well. Okay, so here's all the stuff that I've got together, because I knew, I think one of the reasons I don't make a lot of interactive cards is because they're more technical and I've got to think about it a bit more. And I like a clean and simple card. So you can do that though, and I've got some more cards coming up soon, which you'll see some really clean and simple designs, and they're interactive. But I did use the layers die, just a bit of a cheat, to get a couple of pieces of cardstock the same size as my A2 card front. So I've already cut those out, and I'm going to be using this set. It's also an Alan Hudson set. It's from Julie, Push Me, Pull You. So it has, I'm going to need a few pieces. Now I'm going to do a landscape card. The great thing about this set is you can either make a, let me show you what I mean. You can either do a Push Me, what's that, cat fur. Oh, duh. There we go. Landscape. So you can either do it as a landscape, or there is actually, the dies are in here to do a Push Me, Pull You on a portrait card as well. So it's a really fun die set. If you're clever, you don't actually need the die set to do this, because I grabbed out the wrong thing. Good start, Therese. But they're the pieces. So I'm going to be doing landscape, so I'm going to put those other ones away because I'm easily confused. But you could actually do one of these cards without these dies. These just make it easy if you're clever. People are cleverer than I am. So what I want to do is, that's the tab pull. I'm not sure if you can see, but that's actually got an arrow in the end of it just to tell people, but you could actually stamp pull or push. Or hi everyone. So glad you're here. 3 all white Christmas cards. Good on you, Maxine. I like white, it's very elegant. Okay, so I'm going to start by colouring my cardstock. Let's do that. And I thought it'd be really fun to do these critters on a Push Me Pull You, and it's easier to show you than explain it. Now I want coloured cardstock, so I'm going to create my own with my blending tool. So I probably should have done this before. That's okay. It won't take that long. Will it? Will it or won't it? And I had a little play with this set yesterday, so I've got a bit of an idea of what I want to do. And I have linked down below, Julie's got an amazing video, which is on the Alan Hudson channel. And I've also linked that below, which shows how to use this Push Me Pull You set. And this is Catherine Pooler ink, and I'm just using the 110 Nina cardstock here. I'm not using the Bristol. And that's what I like about these Altenew blending tools, is I can blend. Not as good as Laura, but hey, I don't think many of us are there. So what's everyone been up to? My witchy fingers. How are you, Deb? You good? I still get a giggle over your AHA. Adhesive Hoarders Anonymous. We're starting that group. No, I don't think this needs to be perfect. As long as it's fairly covered, because it's kind of going to be like water. I'm creating water. And I did forget one thing here. I had another piece ready to go. So I've got the landscapes die here. And I thought there is a wave one, but I wanted this shaped waves. I don't know, it's just something different. And I've got my little, I'm going to use the hippo today. I'm going to work out where I want to cut the top, because I want him to be along the top of this. So the piece sits there. And so this is very technical. I'm going to die cut that there. And I'll put my tape on this side because I'm not going to be blending. I don't know if it'll affect the blending or not. Let's run that through my die cutting machine. Oh, these are the little, are you talking about the rubber silicone finger gloves? Or I think that's what they're called, something like that. I got them in Australia. They're from Oz Trinklets. And I'm not sure if I've ever seen them anywhere else, but there's 5 in a pack and they're cheap as chips. I use them all the time because I'm crafty and I don't like to get dirty fingers. Is that normal? I don't know if that's normal or not. Anyway, the reason, and I have got them linked. No, oh, no, I don't. I will have to. I will link them. And the reason I wanted to do my die cutting before I blended this piece is it gives that nice sort of darker edge there. If I had to cut it after, it'd still look good. Wouldn't matter too much. She doesn't always have them in stock. I'm sure I have contacted one of the companies to see if there's somewhere over in the US or the UK, see if they'll stock them, because I get lots of questions about them. I did try these other little ones. I wonder, I'm not sure where they are at the moment. Maybe I'll show you next time. But my fingers are too fat for them. They're like and I think they'd be really good for like the foil press as well, because they're silicone. I was thinking they'd probably protect my fingers from the heat as well. We'll see, shall we, on that one? I know, Christine, I can't do the dirty fingers though. Yeah, I suppose it doesn't look real good at work. But I do have one of those scrubbies you know, where you can wash the ink off your fingers, and that works extremely well. Oh, so I'll probably do that now. So this set, cat fur, still got cat fur. So these are my two pieces ready to go. What I want to do now is die cutting. So this is the finger tab, and what I've done here is I've put a piece of purple because I want to cut that. Oh, sorry, this is going to be where it's going to sit. So I want to cut that on each piece, including the front of the card. So I want to make sure that that is going to be behind. And he's going to be sitting high enough to attach to it. So it probably should be alright about there. What do you reckon? And this is the one that creates the, it basically just creates two little tab holes. So I'll put that at about the same height that this is. So I might put this one down first. This, you line up this metal with the edge of the card here. And that's my little mark there. That's where I'm attaching it to the bottom. Oh yeah. Someone just said they could wear them for straightening their hair. I don't think I've got enough time in the world for that, straightening all my curls. It'd take up my card making time. So I'm just going to put that probably about there. I'll just run all this through my die cutting machine. So yes, we're doing a push-pull interactive card. And it is something you could do yourself, but I am using the Push Me Pull You die set from Alan Hudson to do it, because I'm a cheat. And it's going to be fun to see if it works out. No pressure on camera. Okay, so that's that first section done. I won't need to use this one again, but I will need to cut another channel on the front here for the second moving piece. So basically we're going to have two pieces moving on the card when we pull one tab. See, I told you, it's not easy to explain. So this time, and you can just hold whatever. My second piece is going to be the unicorn blow up pull toy. So I just want to make sure that it's going to sit at a good height on the front of my card. Make sure my channel's nice and straight. And again, I'm going to cut the same tab and line it up with that little mark, like that little bit of, I should have used a different colour there. I'm not sure if I was explaining that real well. But I want all these cut out tabs to line up on the card when I layer it all together. So when you make interactive cards, can you stop playing with them? That's my problem, I reckon. Once I've made it, I just keep moving around. I don't get anything else done. Hopefully that's straight. Let's try not to put my head in the road. Now there is one more tab, one more of these that I'm going to cut, and that'll be in the front of my card. So I'm going to be doing a landscape top fold. So I'll line it up on the front here and then run that through my die cutting machine as well. And hopefully I don't squish my card too much. Oh. So we're in winter here in Australia. I mean, I live in the subtropics, so winter's not like winter. But it's still cold to me. And you may know, I've just been to the Northern Territory. So it was beautiful and hot in the Northern Territory. I just loved it. It was up to like 34, 35 degrees. Oh, hi. Pushed the wrong one. During the day I only got down to 22 degrees at night. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's lovely and warm. I liked it. Okay. Next I'm going to quickly colour my images. I am only going to do some very basic colouring here. I've already stamped them out with some memento. So it's going to be quick. I want them to look, oh yeah. Can someone remind me to zoom out when I'm finished too? Because I will forget. Is that better? Yeah, I hear it's been a hot summer everywhere this year. And that, no, I'm sorry, I'm going to go a bit quiet because I'm concentrating a little bit. Do that one in a minute. This is, oh, I've got that upside down. It's one of the things I like about these. So like I said, I've been redoing my room a little bit. I've went through a few of my stamps and I was just feeling a little bit overwhelmed with everything. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to make cards. I don't know about you, but if I've been away, I find it really hard to get back on track real quick. Just let that dry a bit. What do they call it? Mojo. I haven't had a lot of mojo lately. But that's always a good time to get things together and I think regroup your head, clear out the cobwebs and start fresh. Like I said, really simple colouring. I'm not going to do a lot of shading. Oh, it comes next green. Otherwise we'd be here all day, along with the creation of the push-pull. So blender pen. The square one I've got, that's a blender pen. And I only have the square one because that's when I bought it, that's all I could get at the time. Otherwise I would have bought like the sketch version of it for sure. Because I typically have, not that it matters, it actually holds more ink. It's got the same, it's got a chisel tip and a pointy tip, and I use both of those depending on if I'm trying to do a large area or a small one. Oh, I should show you the card. I can show you the colours I'm kind of going off. Here's a card I made. Is that my camera is not focusing very well anymore? Is that better? There. This is a card I made using this same stamp set. I had such fun. That's why I wanted to use the set again. But I gotta let you know, it's like a cheap handy cam. I've been filming with it since I started videos. Must be, I don't know, 10 years ago now. I don't know, I can't remember. But I have ordered a new camera. But that's kind of the colours that I'm going off, just so I'm not having to think. Too much. Because thinking hurts. Oh, and go pink. What I want now, something just a bit darker. Oops, back to the twos. Who else is here? Tracy. Cool, welcome. I'm so glad you guys could all make it. I know it was very last minute. So the other thing I've been working on in the background is the Card Maker Success Summit. There's so much going on, like so much news going on about that at the moment because it's just about to start. I know a few people, I've had a few people a bit confused about like the pricing, because it is free, but it's only, if you get the free version, you get access to the videos, tutorials, and you do get all the freebies that people have put on their tutorials as well, so it's great value. Hey, free. Free is always great value. But you get access to it for only for the 24 hours. But all the videos also have like worksheets with them. So what you can do is download the worksheets. If you're not wanting to pay for the all access pass, you can actually download the worksheets and here I'm saying, I can't help it, I have to keep colouring, and you know, keep them for a reference. And that way, you know, you can still refer back to the techniques and the ideas and colours and tutorials, and you know, and if all the ideas are still there because they're on the worksheets, so I'd recommend that. If you're not wanting to pay for the class or can't afford it or whatever, you can actually still get all the stuff on the free version, but you have only got that 24 hours to access it all. And I think that's why everyone's pushing it so much at the moment, because that early bird price is about to stop. When the course starts, there's no longer an early bird price, so it's still good value at its full price, because you get over like $2,000 worth of stuff. And I'd rather spend money on stamps if I can. So I have put the link for that down below, because that's only a couple of days away as well. And even though it is for the holiday season, all the techniques and everything, of course, you can just use them for any time of the year anyway. You don't have to just use it for the holiday season. So I'm reading some comments. I'm so glad you're here too, Deb. I figured the school holidays must be over, or getting close to. Am I taking too long? Where are we at? We've still got to put it all together, haven't we? It's okay, I'll do it. That's the other thing I do. If I'm making something look a bit round, I'll have not the light shining up the middle, I'll have it just off to one side. It's more natural. Okay. That'll have to do. We're going to run out of time. I'll just die cut all. Oh, no, I'm not. I did keep my stamps in the Misty. Oh, right. Thanks for the reminder. Zoom out. Sorry if I bump it. And then I'll come in with my pigment ink. This one I use either the Nocturne VersaFine Clair or the Obsidian. I love them both. They're both pretty much the same. Although the Nocturne you can actually buy refills for. I don't think you can for the Obsidian. So if you're a refill person, that might be the game changer, which one you choose to use. See, I think it makes such a difference adding that ink over the top. How cute is this? I need one of those big floaty pineapples now. Well, somewhat organised. I have my bits out. So you can actually get this Soak It Up set without the dies. Sometimes when they do the collaboration sets, you can only get them with the dies. So it's nice that you've got that option. I think the one I linked has the dies because that's what I was using. But if you've got like a scan and cut or something and you prefer to cut it yourself. I can't do this upside down. Well, I can, but it wouldn't be any good. get that done. You're going to ask me why I'm doing that, aren't you? It's because I die cut facing this way and the pigment ink leaves ink on my magnetic mat, and then when I put something else through it, it lifts the ink up. Oh, hi Jeanette, welcome. So cool to see you all here. Let me show you what I mean. Well, I didn't do it too badly, but see the black ink gets left onto there and it just saves me having to clean it off my next die cut. Alright, so I'm trying to do this the slow way. Alright, back to now, here's the fun bit. We'll see. Oh, sentiment. Let's do a sentiment. I thought I'd go use this Pure Magic set. I needed something a little bit bigger. Just to make it stand out. Is that straight? Ish, straight-ish. You probably, I don't know if you actually need to print all the sheets from the summit. Now, so you could probably just save them as a download, couldn't you? So they're on your computer and as in a file. I haven't actually done it. But that would probably save a lot of ink and paper. All right, so that's that bit. Let's make, so this is what I highly recommend watching Julie's video, because it's probably going to be a lot quicker and more concise than mine. But basically she cut, this is some protector, a protector sheet, you know, like for protecting paper. But you could use any kind of soft plastic. But that was one of the hardest things I did, was cut this. It's kind of a bit wonky if you can see, but it's half an inch by 11 inches. I'm just going to thread this through the back of the card, and then I've got some nice strong hold tape. So this is just score tape from my Adhesive Hoarders Anonymous. So what she did was add that, and then so it basically goes through, but you don't want it to be too tight. You want to be able to slide it back and forth. So once I get rid of that release paper, so instead of making it tight, make it a little bit looser. And then you can test it. And I've got a little bit of stick there. Which I'll just de-stick with my trusty powder tool. I'll cut off the extra bit of stuff, plastic. You can even use like just a piece of rubbish bag or something, and then I'm going to move that to the right hand side here. Then I've got 2 pieces of acetate. These are cut to 3/8 by 4 inches, which is like about a centimetre wide. And I'm going to adhere that just with a bit of score tape as well. Really, just any strong tape will do though, whatever you've got. I'm too lazy to wait for something to dry. And these are longer than I need, but I can cut them off after. And I'll just adhere that onto there. And that's just one of my posts where I'm going to sit. It'll be the little unicorn. Now we have to build up the back. This is the fun bit. I have already doubled up some of my Altenew foam tape. So that wasn't hard to do. I just folded it over. You could probably get away with it being... Oh, what happened there? Bit of tape. Random. A bit thinner, but the Altenew tape, I can't remember exactly how thin it is, but it was just easier to double it up, and I don't mind if my cards are a bit thicker. I can always put them in I just use a rigid mailer if I need to, and I'm hoping I'll remember this right. We'll see. I'm just making sure to avoid putting any tape over where that plastic is, or in here in this section, because that's going to be where I put my duva. My duva? My pull tab, that's what I'm talking about. I'm keeping it all away from there. Have I lost everyone yet? Alright, so I've got my second acetate piece, and I'm going to get another piece of score tape. So Naomi, are you asking if I initially stamped my images in Memento ink, if this is what you're asking, and then coloured them with my Copics, and then went back and stamped them with the pigment ink over top. Okay, so this is another piece of acetate, and I'm just added some strong tape there, and I'm putting it over where the other two were joined, and this is the one I'm going to thread through my hole here. So that's the one that's going to be at the back holding my little hippo. Okay, now we're going to add another piece of tape. Where is it? Oh shoot, I haven't stamped my other. Yeah, I've got one ready to go. Sentiment. Right, I will do this in Nocturne just to make it quick and easy. That's the good thing about this pull tab, is you can actually add a sub-sentiment on it. And that will be seen when it gets pulled out. You know what I did forget? I was going to do some waves. Wish me luck. A couple more on the back. Talk about living life on the edge here. That worked. While I'm at it, before I add the foam here, this is just like tone on tone stamping. This is the same ink that I blended, the Cummerbund ink. I did mean to do this before, obviously, but anyway, it's done now. Would have been easier. Okay, let's go again. Now, I did cut this twice out of 110 pound because I figured that just gives it a bit, makes it a bit sturdier. And I'll join them together. And then I want this to sit at the end here. Oh, it's not too far off. I only need to snip off a tiny little bit of this. I don't want to make it too short because I'll lose, it'll get pushed back into here when you push pull. All right, so some more tape. This is seriously worth the effort. I'll give you the tip. Feels like there's a lot of effort, but it's worth it. I'm attaching that again over that same spot. This is really getting hammering. Oh, I'm so sad I can't follow the chat, but I will promise I will be reading everything after. So this is facing the right way. Got the arrow set there. Oops. And then and before I stick it together, I just want to make sure it works. How cool is that? I haven't even got the things on there and I love it. And here's a Julie trick. What she does is, so this pull tab doesn't get caught on anything as you're pulling it, just gets a piece of copy paper, and I pre-cut this because I knew I'd muck it up, just to protect. So I'm sticking that along those edges there. I'll make sure it works. Still got cat fur on there. And then I can just come in with my tape runner and that will adhere to the back of my, adhere to the front of my card. So let's do this. We're nearly there. You can see why I wanted to cut that little hole here. It just means that you, oh, look what I did. That was a good save. I do not need it that big, do I? And then I've got to get this front piece on. So I'm going to be needing more doubled up fun foam. Where am I going to put it? From memory. That's right. So this is where my tab's going to come out, so I need that under there. I just want to make sure it can't be seen from the front. This one doesn't matter so much because the tab's actually under that, so that's not going to affect that. this is what I was talking about. Some really clever person. So basically you just fold over your tape and that just doubles up to a double layer. So it will be a little bit thicker for postage, but it just gives a bit more space for the elements to move. My husband's just arrived home and the dog's excited. Yeah, and that was another question. A lot of people aren't in, I'm talking about the summit, a lot of people aren't on Facebook, so they were a bit nervous about sort of having to join Facebook to watch the classes, but the classes for the summit are actually at the Stamp Me Some Love website on the Teachable kind of program, so you don't actually have to be. I feel like I'm missing something here. I don't think so, but I could be. I'll let you know. Just make sure it still works. Yeah, so you don't have to be in Facebook for this summit at all. The stuff that is in Facebook I think a lot of the lives and that are going to be at the YouTube channel as well. But the actual tutorials themselves and all of the other information, it's all it's actually at the Stamp Me Some Love website. So that was good news for some, because I can understand why not everyone wants to be on Facebook. It's not my favourite social media, but I've got a lot of friends there, so mine's only for cards. Okay, let me tell you what I'm doing now, because I'm just going ahead and making this, aren't I? Before I take this adhesive off, I don't want my acetate to stick to it, so I'm going to thread my acetate through there, remove that adhesive, and then adhere my front panel down. Did that work? Woohoo! Yes. Okay, now we need to add our elements. Are we there? We're nearly there. I'm just making sure that I don't put too much tape as well, because then it will stick the actual, stick to the cardstock. So I want it to be like the width of the, I probably should just grab some smaller tape, would have been easier. Wonder where I could find some of that. Now, I just want to make, that's probably the lowest part. That should be good. Whoops. I'll make sure his head doesn't sit up over the card. And then I can just cut away that excess bit of acetate. And for the actual, I actually use liquid, would normally use liquid glue, but I won't really have time for that to dry, will I? Maybe I'll add it after. I want to make it look like he's swimming. Sorry, it makes me laugh. Not my best die cutting there, I've got to say. But you get the picture. Alright, now, for this one, I'm just going to use a single layer. I will sit my, you can sit it wherever you like. I want that sitting over the hole. But I'm sitting this one single layer of tape, and I'm adding basically a slidey layer. This is going to help it to slide. I'm not going to take that backing off there. But I will. I keep touching it so much it won't stick anymore. Let's see. And cut away the extra bit of acetate there and remove the release paper. And let's see. Hey, it worked! Oh, I nearly stamped that a bit low, didn't I? That's a correction point for later. I've just got a little bit of a glitter pen here, because it's a unicorn and it needs glitter. What do you think? Do you like it? I think it's a lot of fun. Now, I do hope Michelle's enjoying her holiday. She's not here to play with me today, but I'll talk to her soon, I'm sure. What do you think? Let's just do this one more time. And this is why I think I don't make a lot of interactive cards, because I just do this all day. It is so fun. I love it. Julie is very clever. Hi again. Now, sorry I've missed most of the comments, I'm sure, but when I saw this stamp, I thought it was just perfect, and it's the beginning of the summer of stamping with Alan Hudson, so this whole month they got heaps of wonderful sets and collaborations, so keep an eye out. I've got lots of cards coming up. I have been busy. I managed to get a few cards made just in the last few days, but till then we've had visitors, I've been at work, unpacking after holidays, loss of mojo. My room needed a tidy, of course. But I'm really happy you joined me today. And I have to go and pick up my husband from dropping off the car now. So please, if I've missed any questions and you want to ask me, just write them in the description below. I've linked all the products that I've used there, and I'll take some pictures and put them at my blog as well. But yeah, a lot of fun. Maniacal laugh, thanks Deb. I call it my cackle, my Betty giggle. It's a cackle, you're right. Cool. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll be back again real soon. And I will, that was the other thing I was going to say. I'm thinking Thursday, I wrote it down, 29th of July, 8 AM Brisbane, is probably going to be the next opportunity I have to do live. So that's nearly 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks away. So in the US and the EU, that'll be Wednesday the 28th. But I will send out an email. Head to my blog if you're not already on my email list. I've actually added it to the sidebar now, so it's easier to find. And I'm so happy that people have been finding that and joining my email list. I love keeping in contact. I promise not to bombard you. And I look forward to seeing everyone at the summit. It's really going to be fun. And I tell you that the inspiration there is going to be great. So if you're getting the free version, do download or print out the worksheet so that you keep the information, because you're only going to have access to it for the 24 hours. Still great value. you'll have that reference there if you need it. If you do decide that you want to join, because the All Access Pass actually gives you lots of extra freebies, downloads, access to workshops and tutorials, more tutorials, and it's really great. It is really great value. The early bird price finishes when the course starts, which I think is Wednesday, so you haven't got very long. If you are going to get it, it's worth getting it now. It's still worth getting it then, but even more so, because then you can buy a set of stamps with the money you save. All right then, I'll talk to you soon. Any questions, put them down below. Thanks so much for being with me here today. I've had such a fun time. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.